All right, guys, welcome back to part 4 of our King's Fall raid commentary. This is Pete McCarthy coming at you. Once again, I got Calamity Jen, Guaco Tuppence, and Kara the Kid.
We were special guests
So
last time.
this is War.
No, last time he didn't even introduce us. I'm offended.
Yeah.
We're getting less special.
So okay.
Shame, really.
So you guys okay. Anyways, I'm having a hard time thinking. So this is the Warpriest area. So you see that the platforms, the different platforms, the shining circles on the ground.
On a Warpriest.
So you see that the shining circles on the ground. The hive worship war and death.
Okay.
Naturally. Yeah. So there's three of these lit up platforms in the area, and those are going to be important because you need to. There's going to be
if somebody just blew up on it, I would stay far away.
Yeah. So you have to stand on all 3 to activate. So you got to figure out. So you're going to have to split your fire team into 3 teams of 2, and you're each going to have to defend one of these platforms.
Glitter platforms?
One of the glitter platforms.
Call them what they are.
Now there's a specific sequence. I'll explain it as we get there. It's going to be too hard to try to explain it as we go along.
We won't listen anyway.
Yeah, you're not going to listen.
We're just looking at the decorating.
I strongly suggest putting a number on the platform. We numbered them 1, 2, 3 so that we could call out what platform had to be stood on at what time. Because there's a certain sequence that you have to stand on them in order to be able to damage the Warpriest. So watch.
What's with the name tags?
That's the names of my fire team. So that's Mr. Kippen.
Those are your guys.
Those are my guys. Yeah. So like the Warpriest, when he comes out is
Whoa,
immune.
what's that?
That's the Warpriest. You cannot damage him. So what you have to do is
That's him. I don't like him at all.
yeah. No, that's not him. That's just a knight. The Warpriest is the big guy, the big purple guy up on the platform.
No, stop taking hits. You're gonna die. Okay.
He should be King Elephant.
Yeah.
This was the biggest.
So King. Okay, what you have to do is kill all the ads.
Ads.
That's the additional guys that spawn in. They're called ads.
Or
So
bad guys.
You kill the ads.
That one was for Big.
This is too
He
close.
deserved a particularly terrible death.
Too close.
Now,
Are they naked?
what we did is
That's really horrifying.
yeah.
I
said-
said naked guys running at you.
We
How
suggest
can you
what we
think-
did is we had 2 titans. Have the titans have their blessings of light on their shields, and then spawn orbs for them. Now
Blessings of light on their shields.
the hallowed knight. This is what you're waiting for. It's gonna
Hallowed Knight.
It's gonna spawn a hallowed knight in each area, and then that's
Stars were bright.
That's going to start the glyph sequence. When all 3 of the hallowed knights go down, glyph sequence started. Now what's going to happen is you have to stand on the glyphs in a certain sequence.
What is a glyph?
That's the
glitter
glyph.
platform.
The glitter platform. If you stand on it in the wrong sequence, it fires up like that
Is that you? You're a ball.
and
That
kills
more
you.
poisonous air?
Yeah, and kills you. So if you stand on when you stand on in the right sequence,
So much
then
happening.
then you get the buff right there. You have to be standing inside of that buff to damage the Warpriest.
How do you remember all these words?
You guys have made up a language. All your
So that's what you do. So how you find out the correct sequence to stand on the glyphs in is if you'll notice when you came into the room, there's the tall pillars, the shining pillars in the room. There's 3 pillars in the room that block you from the view of the Warpriest.
that thing's growing. It's red now. It's growing.
Yes, it's red, and it gets a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger as you go along. Now, what you have to do is on the back of the pillars inside of the room, there's see,
You failed.
we failed. Yep. So I'm just trying to just show
That's
you what
embarrassing.
happens.
Darkness consumed you. Hey, I don't want to be a part of a failed attempt.
So do you see those big
Oh my
pillars? You see that big pillar with all the shiny writing on it?
Sure.
Right in front of you.
Right,
There's 3
got it.
there's
Oh,
3 there's
yeah,
3
yeah,
of
with
them
the
in the
holes
room.
in it?
Yeah,
Like
in the room.
hieroglyphics
Yeah.
Got
things.
it.
On the back side of those, there's a
Glowy
there's a shining glyph, and what will happen is when you start the sequence, the back side of that pillar will light up, and that's the one you have to stand on. So those pillars give you the sequence that you have to stand on. If you have to stand on them in the right sequence in order to get the damage buffed, in order to be able to damage the Warpriest. Now, what's going to happen is after you get the damage buff and you damage the Warpriest, that big floating ball, black ball up in the air, you guys see that?
No.
No.
It's right when you walk in, it's the Warpriest is standing directly underneath
behind it.
Right behind the
yes.
Warpriest.
Looking at it now.
Yes.
Yeah, we're not looking at it right
Okay.
now. That's called the Oculus.
How do you see it?
Because he's got that R2D2 thing you can look
Yeah.
through.
Yeah. That's called the Oculus. When the after you damage the Warpriest, he's going to fire up the Oculus. You have to be standing in the shadows of one of these columns, otherwise the Oculus will kill you.
thing.
That thing right there.
I see
That
this.
will fire up and it will kill everything in the room. The only way to be protected by it is to be standing behind one of these pillars when it fires up. So the
Protected
trick
by it? Or
from it.
How do you know when it's going to fire up?
It fires it fires up when your buff is over.
You're buff. No.
Yeah, that red shield that gives you the damage buff to be able to damage the Warpriest.
Wait, so why didn't you just kill him when you had him in your sights?
Are
Because
these
he's
computer people?
because
Oh, you
he's,
can't
he's
damage
immune.
him.
You
Right,
can't
right.
you can't damage him right now.
Are they made out of robot parts?
No.
If you look at that giant man, the elephant guy, he looks like one of the old like security surveillance cameras like outside of elementary schools, his head.
That guy looks like a security camera to you?
head.
What kind of creepy ass cammers did you have in your elementary
Not his
school?
whole body, just his
I'm a little worried
head.
myself.
Yeah,
I can't quite relate.
yeah,
Whatever, you guys can see it. I know you can.
yeah. No, not even kind
How come
of.
you can shoot sparks out your hand?
Because I'm the Stormcaster, so I use arc energy.
Naturally.
I use lightning power.
What's gonna be the weather tomorrow?
I'm gonna use my lightning power.
I'm gonna use my
I'm now a
lightning power.
Stormcaster.
Seriously.
So-
That would
Charge-
be a much cooler job if you were. Don't say you're gonna be a weatherman. Say
No.
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
be
a
a stormcaster.
I know this sounds like my grandkids telling me, "Oh, you got these powers." and
So
you
here
got
it is. So watch, the glyph sequence has started.
Okay, exciting.
We have when you stand on the upper platform, you can see the back of it. The last
there's
person
the
to start their glyph is gonna get the aura of the initiate. This is the damage buff that you need to damage
Wait,
the
so now you
Warpriest.
can damage
How
him.
do you
So-
learn this language?
So now you can damage him. You have to be standing in the big red circle to damage the Warpriest.
Oh, I can understand that.
There you go. Jeez, talk English.
Yeah.
We're in America.
So now this is on a timer. The last person standing on their glyph at the end of the sequence is going to get the aura of initiative. He's going to be the guy that has the big red circle around him. Now that is on a timer, and that clicks off. You have 10 seconds with that. So what that guy has to do is he has to kill an ad. See, so the Warpriest.
Get behind the shadow.
He activates the Oculus. You have to stand in the shadow of one of the columns. Now here's the catch. No. I'm popping a heavy ammo sense so that I have more machine gun ammo at the end of it. So you see the
going on
you see the
steroids?
columns
What's
down.
happening?
The columns down now. The Oculus burns up the column that you stood behind. There's only 3 columns in the room, which means you only have 4 chances to kill the Warpriest. You have to kill him inside of 4 chances, or you fail.
And you have to
Get
start
burned.
all over from the
And you have to
very
start all over from the beginning of the Warpriest section. So you only
More ugly guys.
You only have 4 sections to do it. So that's the pattern. It's gonna spawn. He's gonna spawn in ads. You kill all the ads, and then he's gonna spawn in a Hallowed Knight. You kill the Hallowed Knight. That starts the glyph sequence. You look at the back of the columns to see what the sequence of the glyphs is gonna be. Stand on them in the correct sequence. That will give you the Aura of the Initiative, which is the big red force field. You have to be standing inside of the force field to damage the Warpriest. Now, what we strongly suggest in order to do enough damage to the Warpriest to kill him in time is have your whole fire team equipped with sniper rifles and heavy machine guns, because that's the only way that you're actually going to do enough damage. The other strategy that our fire team used is we had 2 Titans that had blessings of light on their bubble shield. So what that is.
Blessings of light on their bubble shield.
Yeah.
Sounds
I'm
tough.
just making crap up now.
The blessings of light gives you
Thought
a
car dealers are the only ones that had their own language.
it gives you a damage bonus to your weapon. So you have the
This is Disney. I
yeah.
get the blessing of light on my bubble shield.
You can't touch me. I got the blessing of light.
So you see that. So we're watching
I'm a
it.
hallowed knight.
So calling out 3, 2, 1. Now watch. Now you're gonna see what happens when you have the brand of the initiative. So now I'm the guy that has the brand. Everybody has to be standing close to me. So now you see I'm on a timer. When I kill an ad, it restarts the timer. So you and then you have 5 chances to do that. You want to make sure you let the clock run down all the way down
Where's
to like
the clock?
It's
That
up.
little red thing in the corner?
Yeah, the red thing in the corner. It's clocking down. You want to kill an ad at about 2 or 3 seconds, and the point of doing that is you have to kill an ad to restart the 10-second clock, and you do that because that gives you the most amount of time for your team to do damage to the Warpriest. So you want to try to draw the aura. You want to try to draw
So they
this
are
out as
currently
long.
damaging the Warpriest
Yeah,
while you do
while
this.
I'm doing that, while I'm watching the clock and killing an ad at the 2-second
Oh,
mark.
you just
How
died.
can
There-
you watch a clock and shoot and look at a priest and all this stuff all at the same time?
And then he activates the Oculus, burns
He's a machine.
burns another one of your columns down, and now we've only got 2 chances left to finish him off.
Well, you better hurry. This is repetitive.
Now the nice thing about it is like a death is not the end of the world because you have plenty of time to reset. So even if 2 or 3 of your fire team dies, you don't have to wipe, which is everybody dies to start it all over
You
again.
always have to wipe.
Yeah.
I highly recommend.
Oh, I'm even laughing at that joke.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Keep your supers up so that you can spawn orbs for the Titan and their bubble shield.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I would never let my supers down.
And then after you do a certain amount of damage to him, he's going to spawn it.
Oh no.
The enemies are going to change from hive to taken. So these are now the taken enemies.
Why
What's
aren't they
that?
fully formed?
I have a particular set of skills, though.
Yeah. So it's okay. But the pattern remains the same. You kill all the ads, kill all the taken ads. It's going to spawn in a taken knight. You kill the taken. It spawns a taken knight on each one of the glyphs. Once the taken knights are dead, it starts the glyph sequence. You start that up, and then you get the Ori of the Initiative, which is the damage buff in order to be able to damage the Warpriest.
Taken? Does that mean are you hurting?
Taken. Oryx is the Taken King, and what he does is he conquers other races and turns them into his slaves, which are the Taken.
Good luck.
Good luck. So you can see everybody's now like this is what your job is, like just focus on unloading on the Warpriest. Now you
Wait, we didn't say anything Disney.
you guys now you're struggling for Disney.
Day my prince will come.
So that burns out our last of the column, so we have one more chance to take down the
And what are those
Warpriest.
floaty blue things again?
Bubbles.
That's-
Cinderella.
No, the floating. Those are your orb. When you die, it leaves your ghost orb in the air, and after a 30-second timer clicks off,
Bubble shield.
You're-
Then you disappear?
no, your teammates can respawn you. So when you die, you're out for 30 seconds, but at the end of the 30-second timer, your teammates can come and respawn you.
How do they do that?
They just stand over you and hold X.
Hold X?
The X button on their controller.
Oh, don't even get him started on all the buttons.
So this is the last time. Make sure you once again, heavy machine guns and sniper rifles. Make sure you have plenty of ammo. Make sure your team has ammo synthesis so that you can keep your ammo up. Kill the. There's a Viagra joke in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Fire blanks.
Yeah.
Or maybe you do.
Yeah. I guess it depends on your goals in life.
Depends on if you want to spawn.
Yep. Oh, Destiny. So many life lessons to be learned.
So here's the last time. We got about a quarter of a health left. I'm gonna pick up that heavy ammo. The purple boxes on the ground are heavy ammo boxes. Come back and get my blessings of light from the Titan's bubble shield. And we're going to unload on the Warpriest.
Yeah, you guys are so cool.
Blanks.
No, not our blanks. We have our heavy ammo synth.
Hey, why
Nobody's-
is it purple instead of red?
Because purple's better than red. Everybody knows that.
So we've almost got him. So once again, it's just DPS at this point, which is just doing enough damage to him.
DPS.
Not really enough turquoise, though.
The bar is turquoise.
That's right.
And the
Look
Warpriest is down.
Nice.
Yes.
What is DPS?
Oh, yep.
Oh, and
It's
there
damage.
it is.
Dance.
Damage points.
Oh,
So once again, the Warpriest, this section in our first run through, we did it straight up with our fire team, so nobody had ever done the raid before.
A jewel.
Yeah, and we got an engram. That's a legendary engram that I picked up.
A jewel.
A jewel.
You guys are basically playing Bejeweled.
That's pretty much.
Look at all the sparkly things.
And then that gets you into Golgoroths.
No Golgoroths.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, ready?
Oh, my favorite.
So that gets you into Golgoroth's Cellar, which is it's kind of a maze, but it's not. It's just a dark area.
It's getting dark. I don't like that.
So it's not very difficult to get through
Are there
Golgoroth's
things in here?
No, to get through
Okay.
Golgoroth's Cellar. Like you just
How's a
got
bat?
you can get around.
Are those
But
bats?
there's a hidden chest in here. Okay, so don't get past the cellar until you find the hidden chest.
That's
Looks
what
like
mine
the
used to be.
But you have but I'm gonna show you how. So you have to search through the maze. There's four little plates that you have to stand on in a particular sequence in order to unlock the door that the chest is hiding behind in this area. So we look around, and what we do is we send everybody out, and we just basically scatter into the maze until we find all four of the plates. And I'm gonna find one in just a second here.
That's not smart. Everyone says stick together.
Yeah, watch.
Listen to
Safety
no
in numbers.
So
I see the mist. of
this is what
darkness.
you're looking for. That plate right there. So it looks like a sewer lid with a flower on top of it.
It looks
Yeah.
like
So-
like
You're
a
gonna go
Rapunzel
recruit
flower.
the Teenage Mutant
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles to help.
There's
you.
four. So there's four of these. So what you got to do is you go on all four
You
of them.
sit on them?
And then you step off and you stand on them in a certain order. You'll know when you're standing on them in the right sequence because when you stand on it, if you're standing on it in the right sequence, your controller will vibrate. So it doesn't take very many tries to figure out the right sequence. You'll stand on it, your controller will vibrate. Stand on all four. So this is the last area, and just across from the area where you exit Golgoroth's Cellar, it opens a hidden door, and the chest is back there.
Okay, I don't think they can see your hand signals though.
So here's the chest. If you look, it's directly across
Filled
from
with jewels.
that lighted area. That's where you exit. So when you get to the exit of Golgoroth's Cellar, there's just turn right around, walk back. There's a door right there.
Not fast go.
When you stand on the sewer plates in the right order, it will open that door and give you the chest in Golgoroth's Cellar. And
this
that's
game
how
is-
you get
So
it.
who's Golgoroth? Where is he?
Oh, you're about to meet Golgoroth. Don't you worry about it.
Oh, I don't think we're
I'm
gonna like
worried.
that.
Yeah, by the way you said it,
And then
sounds
you have
ominous.
to get the whole fire team through the cellar because the doors to the cellar don't open until
They need WD-40.
until you get here. And now you must defeat Golgoroth. Now you're in Golgoroth's lair.
Well, where is he?
And that is the next section of the video, so tune in to the next video to see how you defeat Golgoroth.
I know this part.
Which Golgoroth is the area that most people in the raid have been getting stuffed on. That's the area that
Yeah,
most people have been
people should
having the
give up.
hardest time getting past.
People, just give up at this point.
But-
I've watched him play it. Give up.
I assure you, we can get past. I can give you the way. So this is Pete McCarthy. Thanks for watching. Click like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.